Hello, hello. Right, back to a bit more of Godot. Swap over to this, to this, to this. There we go. Audio sounds good. Right, so where we were last stream, we're playing around with some board settings. Wasn't anything too interesting, but we've pretty much got an initial lobby scene where you can choose like the size of the board that's going to be in play, and that seemed to be running okay. So if we say like a 10 by 10 board, oh wait, we've got this, we started working on something else as well, so wasn't in the best state to leave it. Let's try this again. So I think that's where we were when this opens. So we have the default 8x8. That's an 8x8 board. We can go back to the menu, select 9x9. Yeah, that's now a 9x9. And then 10x10 should be working fine. Yep. Need to figure out actually how to have this centered or resize based on the size of the board chosen, but that's something a bit later on. And then if we don't click anything, which was the default state, we get our 8x8 again. Because for some reason it wasn't taking that input click, but we've kind of forced that now. Oh, this is off by 1. This is telling us, if we look in the output log here, because this is the first in the list, it's item 0. So we just need to remember, make sure we've got a +1 on the amount, which I think we might already have actually in our lobby script. If we click on this, yeah, index +1. So in our game state, which is where we're going to store some of these variables for the moment, that's where we're putting the unit count +1. Okay, so today plan is going to be to try and do like the setup phase, so unit placements. So let's say the game has been selected as an 8x8 board with like 3 units to start with. What I want to have is we want to grey out the opponent side of the map and have it so that the player can click on a certain number of squares and place down units equal to the number of units selected. So that's probably going to be enough to take up the whole stream, but we'll see. But what we'll do, we'll switch to our dailies. We're going to run through hashtag Betweenle, Wordle, word salads and strands, and then we'll save the other 4 for later in the stream. So hashtag is this is just to wake our brains up as well, so that hopefully we won't make mistakes as we're running through the game dev stuff. Hashtag is Wordle in 4 directions, so you've got 4 different Wordle words that overlap. You're given all of the letters but not in the right place, and you have to swap letters to make up the 4 words. So we've got 12 moves, 12 swaps of letters to get all of the letters in the correct place for their words. And when they're in the correct place, they're green. If they're in the correct word, they are yellow. But the tricky thing is, say for this A and the R, when they're on the crossing points, that A could be in the horizontal first word or the vertical first word. Same for the R, that could be in the second horizontal word or the vertical first word. So normally, first step is to count how many vowels we've got. We've got 5, I think. I'm not missing any. If there's like 3 or 4 vowels, it's a bit easier because you know you can split them up into each of the words. because most words need at least 1 or 2 vowels. But with 5, that's not really that useful. The I and the E being in the right place already is good. So A, E, and O, and another O. Sorry, there's 6 vowels. Yeah, that's not going to be a good starting point. So what can we put? The K and the O are a little bit useful because we know, for example, this O, we know it's not in the last spot. We know it's not in this second spot because this O would be yellow as well. Because it would say there is an O in, well, we know there's no O in this vertical word at all. So this can't be an O. So this O either has to go in the 3rd spot or the 1st spot. So I think it's unlikely that the A is in the horizontal word, because we've already got 2 vowels in there already. It could be, but unlikely. And also it's quite unlikely this R is in the horizontal here, because we know that there isn't an R in this spot. Maybe it could end in R actually. So maybe it ends K-E-R? What could that be? Maybe maker? So we'd swap the M and the G. This K and this R. And this A and this R. So we'd have GR. Maybe this word is groin. G-R-O-I-N. And what would that leave us? So vertically we'd have something R, something A, something. Yeah, that could be. I think I like that. So I'm going to swap the M and the G. That's a good starting point. This K and this R we're going to swap. Yeah. And this A and this R. So we need the N. This G-R-O-I. Is there anything else that can be at the end? No, it's going to have to be the N. So we can swap the N and the T. And then swap these over. And then we've got 7 moves to correct the 2 verticals. So what can we do here? Well, luckily, because none of them are yellow, we know that all of them have to swap into the other word. It's just getting the right position. So this word is most likely treat. T-R-E-A-T. So actually just direct across. What's the other word though? Oh, it could be oiled, which is just, yeah, direct swaps across. That's good. Nice. Okay, so next up is Betweenle. So we're looking for a 5-letter word alphabetically. At the moment, we don't know how far through the alphabet it's going to be, but all of the words in Betweenle, basically they've put all the 5-letter words alphabetical order. And when you make a guess, these numbers, so where the question marks are, will tell you how close your guess is, or like what percentage of the rest of the dictionary is before or after your word. So what I like to do is use these words as our starting words to make it a little bit more tricky. So start with groin, then maker, oiled, and treat. And it might be that it's an earlier word in the dictionary than groin, and then we won't be able to enter the other ones, but that's okay. Okay, so between groin and a word that's 5 Zs, we're like just slightly closer to groin. 26% of the dictionary compared to almost 40%. So what was our next word? Maker. So maker might be after our word. Oh no. And then oils, wasn't it? Oh wow. And then the last one, treat. So this makes it a little bit trickier because we don't have full control over our first guesses. So we want something that's quite near oiled. 2.4% of the dictionary away. So maybe it's a word that starts with P. Let's try point. Okay. So maybe like paste. Okay, definitely a P. Probably a PE word. Let's try peace. Okay. That's good information. So before PE, because there's not much that we can do that's before like peace starting PE. So it's got to be PA. Maybe let's try paved. Getting a lot closer. Patio. Oh, really close. Patch. That's a decent one. Okay, and then we use this word as our starting word for Wordle. The patch is okay. It's not the best to start with, but at least they're all quite common letters. Okay, so we have a T somewhere in the word. Can't do treat from earlier because there's no A. We'll go with everyone's favourite word, moist. Okay, an S and a T. Let's do stung. We got a lot of the letters, but just all in wrong spot. So T is either the first or the fourth. S can't be the first or the fourth, but anywhere else. And then G and U. Okay. If we started with the T, we wouldn't be able to put the S or the G next. So something has to go here. Could be the U. Let's try it with the U first. S or G? Not really. Or if it's something else. Can't do thugs. I mean, you don't want to end in S in Wordle because I don't think it can ever be a plural. So unless the word naturally ends with an S. When it's in its singular form. There's no point putting an S right at the end. Let's just drop this audio a little bit for me. Okay, so I don't think T at the start is going to be good. Which means we're putting a T here. And if we're not ending with the S, maybe we're ending with like a Y. So G-U-S. Yeah, maybe gusty. Does that work? S is in a new position. T is in a new position. G is in a new position. U is. Very good. There we go. Right. Word salad. Up next. So this is like a word search with a theme. But rather than having to have words in the correct order, like just in a line, you can move in any direction from in between each letter. It does look like a lot like Wordle. No, I'm just using these daily games to wake up my brain a little bit. Welcome in. How's it going? My Godot so far is quite beginner based, so I've just got a board so far. But we're just going to finish off word salad and then strands, and then we'll get on to Godot. How's it going? Hope you're having a good week. It's a piece of music, so maybe got a ballad. Oh, you're learning Godot as well? Nice. How are you finding it? My game dev experience in total is like, I've done, I think 3 game jams in Unity, but over like the last 2 years, so it's not been very focused. So I'm pretty much coming into Godot as though I have no dev experience in game dev. So it might be, yeah, I agree. I find it so much easier to work with. Okay, so we've got 2 words earlier alphabetically than ballad. So it has to. They both have to start with A. Piece of music. Or maybe they could start with the A over here as well. And then there's 2 after, which could be pretty much anything. Yeah, the main benefit I think of Unity is that there's just so many. Well, there's a lot more resources available. So many more tutorials, and even like the Unity learning programs are like very well structured. But Godot's documentation is way better. So if you're happy to sort through documentation, it's it's not too bad. I just think the tutorials, like the video tutorials, aren't quite as easily accessible. They are out there, but you need to do a bit of digging to find a good one. Pieces of music. Nothing's jumping out at me here, but it's probably something very obvious right in my face. Can we do album? No. Anthology? No. A 6 and a 4. They're short words. And that's... nothing is jumping out. I could just start guessing. Funny. Oh, sorry. I've still got a little bit of a croak. Finding a fair amount of help with the documentation and some Googling. Yeah, I think we're probably almost on the same track at the moment. Although I'm finding one of the benefits of streaming it is it's very often that people will come in and just be like, oh yeah, just do this. This is how you fix this bit. And it saves that 20 minutes or so looking through. Or at least points you in the right direction of what to look for. Why am I not seeing anything here though? Pieces of music. What can we do for piece of music? Learn practice this year, then start working on some game jams. Oh, nice. Oh, a march could work, yeah. Nice, thank you. It apparently counts for this theme. Have you got any particular game jams that you're looking at? I started off with I did Ludum Dare with one of my old housemates, and it was kind of like our first use of Unity, and it was a bit of a mess, but we managed to get like a game model together. But I found it was only 72 hours to do the game, and I found that kind of like short time frame is a bit too intense for me. So I've started looking at some of the longer ones. Like Pirate Software does a 2-week one where the idea is that like the first week is you do a design document rather than actually start on the prototyping, and then you have a week to like really focus without having to worry about like scope creep and stuff like that, as long as you've planned it properly. Okay, so everything's alphabetically. A ditty. Wait, is that? I've never heard of that word before. This is one of my problems with some of these games, is they can be quite American focused. I just keep seeing Martian, and I'm like, it's not gonna work. Anthem, right? Helps if I get the N. That and an aria, nice. Yeah, it's one of the things I quite like about word salad as well, is that oh, a little ditty, yeah, sorry. Like a quirky, catchy little tune, yeah. But yeah, with word salad, like as you guess words correctly, it gets easier to find the other ones because the letters get eliminated. Okay, and then we're going to do strands, and then we'll leave the other 4 for our next break. So let's experiment. Lab. Can't get laboratory, can we? Might skip to the next song. It's a bit intense. Yeah, so don't really know what game jams are out there. Probably going to hit some smaller ones first. Yeah, it's a good idea. I know I'm fairly certain there's like a monthly Godot jam, but I can't remember what it's called. I'm sure a quick Google might find out what those are. But yeah, it's always a good way to like help experiment with different feature ideas and all that kind of stuff. Normally with this, once you've found like 1 or 2 words, it's nice and easy. Not really working my brain up by the looks of it. Not finding much. Let's experiment. What could that be? There's sometimes a bit of like wordplay in the Strands themes, but I can't think of anything that's going to be too wordplayish on this. Can we get goggles? There we go. Okay. So maybe it was like lab coat. No, not seeing that. Chalks. No. So what else could you have? If you got goggles, maybe... Can't see gloves. Any other protective equipment? Maybe we've got a thermometer here. There we go. Is it like chemistry? Chemistry lab. Here we go. Hey Zimni, how's it going? That's got to be our spangram. There we go. So we got 3 more words on this side. Pipette. Beaker. Beaker. And a flask. Nice. That one wasn't too bad. Yeah. Nice and sunny as well. Feel like I should be outside getting some fresh air, but do that later. Hopefully the sun will stay out. Okay, and then we'll save these other 4 for later. How's your week been, Zimni? You played some LD? Ooh. Any recommendations? I've played a couple so far. We'll have to play yours in a bit, if that's all right. Obviously, I can't do ratings, but still have a bit of fun. Okay, so where we got up to, we got a basic menu kind of setup. So we can follow through the menu into settings, into the pause menu, the lobby where we'll select a map size, and then we've got our play scene, which has our game and a pause menu. So I'm kind of using this as like an excuse to learn a bit more about Godot. So the actual like game design of it isn't that far along. I was thinking turn-based battler means it should be quite easy. I don't really need to worry about colliders or that kind of stuff. But I do want to look into multiplayer. So I thought with something that's turn-based, I don't have to worry about latency or any of the complicated bits of multiplayer. So I think it's just going to be a very simple prototype of place a couple of units on your side of a map, and then when it's your turn, you can click on them. You can either move or attack, and have like different pieces having different abilities maybe. So yeah, it's going to be quite simple, but hopefully that won't be too complicated to do a bit of multiplayer. So you could have a 1v1 on a map. We'll see how that goes. I'm kind of thinking like a little bit like Advance Wars, if you've ever played one of their games. Been working through it, less game and more gameplay concepts. Yeah, similar to that. I have got a full game idea that I want to like develop out of this, but we'll see. I want to see how this goes first before I start even like talking about it. There's some interesting so far. Burning Bells had an amazing pixel art. Ooh, we'll have to check that out. You 10 so far. Most of them playbacks from people who've commented on your game. I don't know if you saw Sabugis's stream recently. They've highlighted that wait, I need to go to LD first. There are some people going through and just commenting on games and not playing them. Oh, you can't search for games, can you? So yeah, be aware that like some of the comments could just be generic comments that don't that aren't from people who've played your games. They're just saying, "Oh, I really enjoyed your game," and there's nothing actually like relevant to what you've done, and they've not rated you. So just be aware of that. I think they've tagged Mike in a post about that. So hopefully he's gonna have a look and sort things through. Can I just do like... if we put in some hyphens like this? No. Okay, nice. Yeah, it's just something to be aware of. I think most people who do Ludum Dare are pretty honest, it seems like. So I think a lot of these games should be, and a lot of the comments should be genuine, but just something to be careful of. How did they say? I think if we went to here, it was some of these people commenting on a lot. Where's Togus or Boo? Yeah. Yeah, I think it's this Pero account, just to be aware of. The two you really cannot wait to play are Squeezelings. Oh wait, it's Biff and Bit's done an entry. And The Little Life. Ooh. They sound cool. Can you do by grade is like top ones, isn't it? Yeah, we'll have to have a little look through at some point. Actually, I might be doing like a gameplay stream tomorrow, so I think that might make more sense. I want to have a little go into the breach because I think it'll be very relevant to this prototype. So I might do some LD plays, but oh, they always are. I didn't know that. Oh, they're not doing they've not launched. What was it? PVKK. It's a little game jam game. Oh, really? This one down here. Yeah, that's cool. This is the Unity animator though. I thought they're Godot developers. Or maybe this is the same in Godot as well. That's cool. Right, let's try and let's try and make some progress though. Oh, sorry. Getting all your comments mixed up. The Squeezelings. Ooh. Just gonna write down some of these. Little Life. Squeezelings. Cool. Thank you. Right. So where we got to is very simple. We're registering where clicks are occurring. Oh yeah, brilliant, thank you. I mean, it might work in the chat as well. I think you can send links in Twitch. I'm pretty sure it's only my YouTube that strips out the links sent. Right, so in our output, we're showing which cell is being clicked on and also the pixel coordinates. And we're not registering clicks anywhere outside of the board. Thank you. Let's open that for later. Nice. And your one as well? I'm probably going to save these all for tomorrow though. Okay, so what I want to happen is we need a game tracker. So maybe this game manager. And we're going to have, for the moment, it's just going to be a variable, but eventually we're going to make this into an enum. And this is going to be current state. Let's call this. Awesome. Thank you. Ah. This looks cool. There's scaling issues on some monitors for bigger sizes. I just got a standard, what are they like? It's just a standard size monitor. I think it's only, if it's resolution wise, it's 1080p, so it should be okay. Okay, so when we first get into the game, we're gonna want our current state to be set up. Actually, let's just make an enum straight away. I think it's enum, right? Expected this. Can we not give it a name? Game state. And the setup. Right, how do we do enums again? Let's go into the docs. GD script reference maybe? Oh yeah, it's just comma separated, that's fine. But in the style guide, we're going to have these capitalized, which makes sense because they're going to be they're constants. So set up, let's say player 1, player 2, and actually maybe I'm thinking maybe it's going to be split up action moves. No, we'll do it like this for the moment. Let's do an action state as well then. And that's going to be, I want move, scout, and attack. Okay, so current state equals game state dot setup. And when that occurs, we want to block out part of the map. So I wonder if in here, maybe game state needs to have a value as well. So in our lobby, when we set game state, we can just do this. That's fine. It's the problem with not working towards a plan. This is going to get so messy so quickly. But that's okay for the moment. Okay, I think actually all of this might even just go straight into our game state here. And here we want to say instead game state dot current state. Just going to move into here as well. Can we say it of type game state? Maybe enums should be capitalized as well. Yeah. Try and stick to some good coding practices. Oh. No. That's it. That's not going to like that though, because it's called game state. Do we just call it state? I don't like that either. Let's not get hung up on naming and naming conventions, that kind of stuff. So this is going to be, what's this going to represent? It's going to be game stage, maybe? Game phase? Let's just call it that for the moment. So now if we try and edit this, why is that not available? Because we haven't saved this yet, have we? Current state we want to do. Do I like that? It's a bit clunky to have to access the enum through the global. But that should work for the moment, so we're going to stick with that. And then the map can see on ready. What we're going to do here is we're going to do function called like handle setup, and let's make that function is not indented. Handle setup. Just put pass in for the moment so we stop getting the error. Right. So from this we want to check that we're in the game setup state. Game state dot current state is equal to game state dot game phase setup, and if that's the case, we want to disable an area to click on. So we almost want an allowed rows. We're going to start that as -1. And how does it work? Does it work with... We're not going to have an output at the moment, are we? So this is 0, 0. And the way I want it to work is, let's say you can place units in the first 3 rows at the bottom of the screen. So allowed rows needs to be above grid size -3. So allowed rows is game state dot map size -3. So the map size is 8 by 8. Are we setting this to 8? Game state here. Map size, lobby. Index plus 8. Which is good. So this will be, allowed rows will be 5. Do we need to do an extra -1? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's 0 indexed. So -4. Obviously, these are all magic numbers at the moment, which is not the best thing to do. Magic numbers are in code where you just have an integer written out, whereas this should be, really it should be either a constant or something like that that tells us what that value represents. So then what we want to do let's just do it in pseudocode for the moment. So we want to disable click events. Well, ignore clicks on rows 0 to allowed rows. Add overlay to disabled rows to show the player can't click there. So then this is saying we want to click on the whole map. But what we almost want to do is based on our game states. So check. Let's do a check game phase stage here. And another couple of bars for the moment. Obviously, this is all code that will need to be tidied up at some point. But it's more important to get things working rather than do things perfectly. So I want min row. Just going to set to -1. Max row. And we're going to do min column, max column as well. Why is it not like... Yeah, okay, it's just waiting to update. Min col and max call. So then these are going to be our variables here. So min row is this one. So this is going to be min col. Let's do function. Wait, check game state, game phase. And then here if game state dot current state. This is really awful code. I know it's bad. Dot setup. One. Then we want min col to be columns. We're not worried about here. Max col is going to be map size. Min row is going to be whatever we just set here, allowed rows. And max row is going to be map size. And then elif, this is definitely going to need to be a switch rather than else statement, but let's just continue with this for the moment. Game phase dot player, well, we don't really care if it's player 1 or player 2. I think this is just an else. So else min row is equal to 0. None of the others change, do they? So we could almost have that in a setup. Yeah, so it'd make more sense to do this in our handle setup. We set min row to be allowed rows. On ready, we do base values, and then once we've done the setup and we move into the next phase, then we set min row to 0. But yeah, that's something that could be restructured. That's fine. So check game phase. Now min row and max rows will be set. So this is max col, and this is now max row. Let's get rid of position because we don't care about that anymore. Okay, and then if we save this, hopefully we don't have any errors anywhere. And let's just double check that. So it should go into a setup phase, which will mean it won't register clicks on anything but the bottom 3 rows of the grid. And that should vary based on map size. So we'll start with the 8x8 and we'll check in our output log. So none of these rows are clickable. Oh, that one's, because we've -4, which was wrong, even. Where is it in map? Yeah, here. That should be 3. Oh. If we rerun that, and then the next step will be to add an instant of our unit to the cell that we click on. So yeah, can't click on any of these top cells. but the bottom 3 rows you can click on any. You can't click outside or on the edges. What if we resize it? Is it still... I can't really see. Can't see the output. Yeah, it seems to be working because it's working on local positioning rather than local positioning of the map rather than anything else. Okay, I think that's fine. So how do we spawn an instance of the unit at the location? So let's have a look at spawn. I assume that's a fairly common term. Spawning monsters. Let's try this. Because all we want to do is learn how to instantiate a scene at a certain point. Which should be included in here. Base cylinders, bring the right. Okay. So we need to give this first. So packed scene is the type of a scene. Okay. So in our map scene, at exports, double check terminology. Just using a bar unit. Let's call it unit scene, just for clarity. Of type packed scene. And then if we save that, when we go back to our 2D, select our map, we should have our unit scene there, which we can pass in our unit. And save that. Go into our script. And then how do we spawn it? Mob scene.instantiate. So what we wanted to do was handle map click. And then we need a new function here, handle map click. Which again, we're just going to assume we're in setup phase for the moment. So we need to know our row and column clicked, which are globals, that's fine. So then I'm going to do something like this. But we're going to say unit. Oh, I accidentally pressed insert here. Equals unit scene.instantiate. Can this take in variables? The location or stuff like that? Edit state. locks edits to the scene state, provides local scene resources. No, I think you spawn it first and then move it, by the looks of it. So let's close that. Yeah, so what we want to do is say unit dot position. No, location. No, let's have a look at the code again. Initialize. So what's this doing? This is saying spawn location is get node, so somewhere on the spawn path. And then they're doing a random offset along the path. Okay, so then this adds it. So we're gonna have to end with add child units. And we want initialize. Initialize. Why is that not? That wasn't coming up, but it looks like it has come up. Is that because we've got an initialize on in this template? Yeah. So really, we just want the straightforward information. Instantiate. GD scripts. Instantiate. Okay, Godot spawn at location, position. Spawn scene at position. Add spawn scene. Here, let's try this. It's probably something very simple, but for some reason I'm not finding the right point of the documents. Dot instance. Okay, let's try dot instance instead. Wait, how do we? I thought you could just click on. So they're loading like that. And that's where we just were in the docs. Yeah. Spawning mobs, here we go. Let's try this. Is this going to be exactly the same though? Mob dot position, yeah. Mob scene instantiate. So why is it not letting me do that though? Mob dot position. Oh, maybe it is. It's just not coming up in the autocomplete. I wonder if I've got a setting wrong somewhere. So this position we want in to global movable tiles dot map to local of our row than our column, right? Row clicked, column clicked. Too many arguments for map to local. But this is expecting a vector 2, isn't it? Maybe we've got to do vector 2 like this. And then do we still need to add a child mob? Yeah. Maybe. Let's see what that does. Who knows? Okay, start game. Let's do a 9x9. So we can't click anywhere up here. But then in the bottom 3 rows. I mean, it's kind of working, but I'm assuming I've got the row column wrong. And also the local to global stuff is wrong. But it's spawning. It's definitely spawning. So what's it registering as our click? Our click is at 0,6. Zero comma 6, which is the opposite way around here. So let's swap these around. And let's save that. I don't think we need to rebuild. Okay, that's a bit better. It's just offset here. It's almost right, you know. Why is it offset though? I thought to global. Actually, maybe I don't even need the to global. Let's just do this. Oh, so close. Okay, so that is correct. Because it's returning the center of the cell clicked. and it's spawning our unit, but the unit center is 0, 0, so it needs to offset by half. Can I just do minus 0.5 on both of these? Huh? Why is that? Does map to local need a full integer? So what I could do is just move the center. Might be the easiest way to do it. Where's that coming out here? Transform. Minus 35, minus 35. Obviously this is not the best way to do it, but I just want to get it working. So now, maybe we need to rebuild that one. No, it's not like that. No, definitely don't want to do that. Maybe that can still be 0, 0 then. But we want the pivot point in the middle. Does that work? No, why? Oh, it's not been saved. Still doesn't work. So what's happening with our script? Let's print our unit.position here. Just check it's changing to start with. We know, actually no, we know it's changing because they're being spawned in different locations. But let's do, oh, so we get it right. So the position, and then let's do this map to local. Let's do this, and then do the map to local version of it. And then can we just do like -35 off of this? I know this is cheating, but yeah, no, it's not liking that. The bar. Unit. Position. Can we do that? It's not complaining. And then unit dot position equals unit underscore position. That's a horrible way to do the code, I don't know, but let's just see if it works. Nope. Just thinking about it. It's oh, it's because it dared. It paused the game. No, okay, it doesn't like that. So we could do that and .y. Oh, continue play. Wait, restart. No, wrong scene. Main menu. Okay, that works, but it's definitely cheating a lot. So what are we outputting? We're getting unit position starts at -35, -35. So then we're clicking on cell 6, 7. That it gives us a central location, I think, of these global positions, which I think aligns to the center of the tile of the cell that's clicked. I mean, it does work for the moment. So let's leave it with that, but know that this is to revisit. Revisit. Code to be refactored. Because this is a horrible way of doing it, but just to get something working, we're going to leave it as is. So what we also need to do is we need to go into our unit code, unit script. And we don't want to do this on pressed unless we are in a different play state. So if game state dot current state equals game state dot game phase dot setup plus else. Let's try that for the moment. So that should mean that if we click on a unit in the setup phase, nothing happens. So we can place a unit, but we can't click on it. Although we're spawning multiple units there, I think. Okay, that's looking better. We can fill up every cell, they're all working fine. You can't click outside. Cool. Okay, so then technically what we want to do is in the game setup phase, if we click on a unit, we want to remove it from the board. Which enemy script, I'm sure we're going to have Q.free, isn't it? Q_free, I think is a way to remove nodes. Let's have a look in this. Methods. Q.free. Where are you here? Q uses node to be deleted at the end of the current frame. When deleted, all of its children are deleted as well, and all references to the node become invalid. Unlike object.free, the node is not deleted instantly. It still can be accessed before deleted. It's also safe to call Q.free multiple times. Only be freed after all deferred calls. Okay. So let's do that. And let's also say game state dot number of units plus equals 1. So we're saying when we've clicked, we free up a space, and on our map where we're placing our units here, we're going to say actually no, in our handle map click here, so this is going to be setup phase. If it's greater than 0, we're going to -1 and then do all this stuff. Let's see if that works. So now it should hopefully only allow me to place the number of units that we select here. So at the moment, let's do that as 3. So we click in 3 locations. Ah, it's double spawned one somewhere. Oh, wait, because this is any mouse click event, isn't it? I'm pretty sure. Can we do print event dot type dot name? Print event. Let's just do print event. And let's see what the events are actually happening. Here we go. So pressed equals true. Button mask 1. In button index 1. So we get 2 event calls per click. You get the press down and the release, right? So if we click and hold, we just get pressed. Right, okay. So we only care here if event is this. And we're going to say, and probably don't want the indentation, and event dot pressed. Event is pressed. Maybe. Does that only register click down? Yes. And it doesn't matter if it double clicks or not. Okay. So what I want to do here is just print number of units. Game state dot number of units. Just to double check what's happening here. So that's 0 at the moment. If we click that, click that, click that. We're not removing them because we're adding them as well. So how do we stop the event occurring? Godot mask click. I think it's going to be in here, isn't it? Pause, pass, scroll, events, no. I basically want it to prevent the mouse click going down to the map. But we're spawning the units on the map, aren't we? Handle click priority. Change click event handler Godot. Yeah, this. Have a T button on my HUD overlay. When I click the button, the main scene's input event handler is still catching that click. Capture clicks on 3D objects. So we want unhandled input on our map, I think. So here, unhandled. Let's try this. No, it's not registering the click at all. Okay, that's not what we want to do then. So what we're saying here, Nulls filter only stops the propagation of GUI input callbacks. Let's have a look back at the docs. Kind of custom controls, right? Checking focus. No, no. Input events. Okay, let's have a quick look at this. Controls have a special input method that only works when mouse pointer is over the control, button was pressed over this control. Control provides keyboard focus. Okay. This function is control GUI input. Simply override it in your control. No processing needs to be set. Just checked that. That's not a function. I'm wondering if, because our map is a 2D node rather than a control, that it's not going to let me do GUI control here, GUI input. But let's see if it does. No. Whereas if we just make this an input, does it let us do it? Maybe we have to rebuild. Wait, is this on pressed? Is it on just pressed? don't know why my tooltips aren't working as well. Put some debug messages in here. Unit clicked. Let's say unit removed. So that's not registering that click at all now. Because just pressed has got to be wrong then. I think really we want button down, don't we? Let's connect that. Let's move this all to button down. Let's disconnect this. No, disconnect. Let's save that. Let's see if that works. That's not button down. Why is that not? When the button starts being held down, which you should do. Let's rewind just in case. I need to refresh. Event button, mouse press pulse. Is this meant to be a function then? We're immediately clicking on... No, we can't be immediately, can we? Unit clicked, unit removed. So it's immediately registering this even on the first click? That seems a bit unlikely. I guess it depends on execution order and all that. Let's do like 3. Yeah, it is. So maybe we need like a So on ready, bar states. Actually, let's do states. Spawned. Ready. That's not how we do this. How do we do this? It's in our game state. Enum. Obviously. Enum. So we say states. No. Current states. Oh, type states. Right, current state equals state.spawn. If current state, this is a terrible way to do this as well, but I just want to get something working. If it's that, then current state becomes equal to state.ready, and then else we do all of this bit. Okay, that's working how I want it to. We don't want to be able to double up though. Okay, oh well, that's a good pause point. I'm gonna do a quick break, get a coffee, get some more water, have a stretch, and then when we come back we can do the rest of our daily games, and then come back to this and figure out a way to stop spawning over each other. I wonder if I need to have like a board, like a cell state tracker. So just an array of cell states. And then if you click on a cell, it can check the state of that cell first before it can do anything. Because that would also tidy up a lot of this. I need to check if we just spawned in it. We can tell the state of the cell. And we can separate out some of the clicks. But yeah, that's what we're going to do when we come back. So let's do this. That there, that there. Right, back in a sec. Right, we are back. Let's get rid of this. Like this. Cool. So I mean, we probably need to do a bit of game design next for figuring out how this is all gonna work together. Because it feels like we're getting close to having to figure out the gameplay loop. Even if we ignore the whole like actual gameplay. Just having like the setup phase into the play phase. And then background tier, main menu or lobby, that kind of stuff. But I'm liking where we're at so far. It's just this doubling up of units, which I don't like. But yeah, what we'll do is we'll do our last 4 dailies, and then we'll get back to doing a bit more on Godot. Or we might swap over to do some planning in Obsidian or something like that. So, Travle. Travle, we want to go from Mauritania to Syria. And the way that Travle works is you're trying to find the shortest route by country borders. So it might not be geographically the shortest route, because if you've got a larger country that you can go through that goes out of the way but crosses fewer borders to get to your end goal, that's the route you'd want to take. And also you're scored by how many extra points, extra countries you have. So a perfect score will be 0 extra countries from the shortest route. And a perfect game is if you get the countries in order from the starting country. Looks like an easy one. My North Africa knowledge isn't great. I think from Mauritania we want to go through, this is like very northwest Africa, right? So it's probably Mali next. Wasn't the fastest, but we'll stick to this route. And then Niger and Nigeria. No, going the wrong way. Chad, Sudan. Yeah, going across the very north would have been a lot better, wasn't it? It's probably... Oh, you could probably got this a lot better. Probably like Algeria, Morocco, Libya, Egypt would have been better. Just thinking about this, but Egypt, and then I think we have to use Israel. Ooh. Yeah. Would that have been the better route though? Yeah, Algeria, Libya, Egypt. I really need to improve. Like this part of Africa, I really struggle with. A lot of Africa, I really struggle with. I need to learn more of the countries. The block around here of these European countries, I struggle a bit with. Oh, I can't click and drag to move around. But in general, I think South America, I find the easiest. Some of the stands I get mixed up. So like, this area is quite tricky. I think Central America I'm okay with now. But yeah, that's not the best result, but we got most of it. That's all okay. Right, connections. So connections, you're trying to group these into 4 groups of 4. So nerve, splash, extra, relish, gravy, treasure, sauce, dip, dive, bonus, value, brass, frosting, cheek, swim, and savor. Jetpunk. Not heard of them. See if we can add some more into our daily quizzes. We're going to spend more time doing quizzes on stream than actually streaming game dev at some point. Oh, didn't mean to click on that. I might say save this for future. Oh, is this like Sporkle, but just specifically for geography ones? For right, nerve, splash, extra relish, dip, sauce, treasure, gravy, dive, bonus, value, brass, frosting, cheek, swim, savor. So we've got things like relish, dip, sauce, gravy, frosting maybe as like food things. I don't think anything else fits in with that lot. Bonus, extra. Yeah, similar to Sporkle. When I was at uni, me and my housemates used to do all the Sporkle quizzes so often. Like name every single country in the world. We used to try and get all, I think it was 195 or 198 countries at the time. And it was kind of like a group effort to see if we could remember all of them. And have someone speed typing in the answers as people were shouting them out. But I don't think we ever got all of them done. We were right with some of the continents. Yeah, all the countries. So splash, dive, swim, and dip. Things you can do in a pool. Let's go with that. Quick jump in the pool, yeah. So gravy, sauce, frosting, and relish maybe. All in 5 minutes? No, you can't even type them all in that time, can you? I think it gave you 20 minutes to do it in Sporkle, and we could never remember all of them. That's good knowledge if you can do that. I do like this group, but I don't like frosting in it. But I can't think of anything else, so let's go for it. Yeah, okay. So it's not a group at all. So bonus and extra. Here we go. Cheek, sauce, nerve. And maybe brass. You can say someone's got a lot of cheek. Wait, why did I put sauce in that? Cheek, nerve, brass. Okay, I've seen another group that I like more. Treasure, value, relish, and savor. That's definitely a group. So cheek, nerve. Extra and bonus I want to group together. Frosting. I feel like brass and sauce brashness. So frosting extra bonus and gravy. It's like extras, additionals. Not great on that. Why does sauce work here? It just... It doesn't feel like the phrase like someone's got a lot of sauce. But hey, it worked. Right, Sinister Nerdle. So we have a grid of themes, actors, directors, that kind of stuff. And we're trying to make groups of 4. There are 5 groups of 4, so let's say there'll be like 4 rows of 4 and 1 column of 4. So each clue could overlap into 2 movie categories, and we're trying to make up a movie. So Sun, Thin, Tooth Fairy, Edward Norton, Empire, Gwyneth Paltrow, Jack Black, Walk, Red, Christian Bale, Dragon, Johnny Cash, World War II, Line, Reese Witherspoon, and Shallow. So Johnny Cash, Walk the Line, would also have what? It was Joaquin Phoenix who played Johnny Cash, so not sure about that. Well, that's definitely 3 that go together. Walk, Line, and Johnny Cash. Empire of the Sun could be another one. Jack Black, Gwyneth Paltrow, Shallow Hal, isn't it? Walk, Line. Oh, Reese Witherspoon's in it. Okay, that's good. Shallow Hal is going to have what? Red Dragon is the Hannibal Lecter one, isn't it? I think. I feel like Empire, Sun, and World War II. Yeah, Red Dragon. Yeah, it's a Hannibal Lecter movie. Shallow Hal, Walk the Line, Emperor of the Sun. So we've got one more vertical. It's probably not going to be Johnny Cash. It's probably... It's the Tooth Fairy? What's it got to do with the Tooth Fairy and Red Dragon? I wonder if like it's Kung Fu Panda with Jack Black and a dragon. Sun or Empire maybe. And then Walk or Line? Who knows? No. Doesn't look like it. We've still got loads of swaps left though, so. What else could it be? Thin Red Line? Okay. Which is about what? Maybe World War II? There we go. Group of men in an army rifle company. Another one I should probably go see. Okay, and then the reversal is the opposite way around. We have a grid of movies, and we're finding 5 hidden themes, which could be shared actors, directors, it could be themes of the movie, it could be locations, it could be as simple as shared word in the title. So Coneheads, Pixels, The Love Guru, Wayne's World. These both have Michael Myers in, don't they? Secret Life of Walter Mitty, Hubie, Halloween? Not sure. Bridesmaids, Planes, Trains and Automobiles, Wonder Woman, Cat in the Hat, Uncle Buck, Blues Brothers, Inglorious, Leo, Home Alone, and MacGruber. Don't see any shared words in the title, so it's not going to be that. Planes, Trains and Automobiles has John Candy and... is it Leslie Nielsen? Which I don't think... maybe Coneheads has a shared actor there. I'm not seeing anything jump out here. Home Alone, Macaulay Culkin, and is it Joe Pesci? What's the other guy's name? Oh, I can't remember what his name is. Maybe it's theme related. Left Behind. Doesn't help that I think I've only seen, out of all of this, I've seen Inglorious and Home Alone. And Planes, Trains and Automobiles. I think that's it. Okay, maybe we just need to do... Blues Brothers is about a road trip. Is anything else about a road trip? Planes, Trains and Automobiles is, obviously. Wayne's World, I feel like is probably a road trip movie. So let's try and put those three together and see, hopefully... Oh, okay. Wonder Woman, MacGruber, Secret Life of Walter Mitty. I have no idea what the shared theme is there. Home Alone, let's put that in with that lot. Uncle Buck, sounds like it should be. John Candy, okay. John Candy's in Home Alone? Oh, is he the... I can't remember who he is now. Does he drive the family back? Anyway. What else is going to tie up together here? Let's try... swapping these two. Kristen Wiig. Okay, so that means we've got to swap two in these two rows, in the two columns. So what's going to work together? Coneheads could be a horror. Let's try swapping these two. And then these two. Adam Sandler, and yeah, we were right with Mike Myers. But I didn't know he's in the Cat in the Hat. And who's in Inglorious? Mike Myers is in Inglorious? That surprises me. Mike Myers. Inglorious. Is that Mike Myers? That's mad. I can see it, but I guess the the tash makes a big difference. Right, what's our final theme? Not gonna know here. We'll just swap some around. Also, this page is lagging so much. We're just going to make some swaps until, if anything jumps out. Oh, there we go. MacGruber, Coneheads, and the Blues Brothers. Maybe Wayne's World. They were SNL sketches. Nice. Okay, and then finally the mini. Flower awarded on the Bachelorette. Is it a rose? Insurgent takeovers. Insurgent takeovers. Don't know. Admit to. Like fess up. It's too long. Okay, condemn publicly. Shame, maybe. Paradise referred to in Paradise Lost. Not read it, unfortunately. Took to the oars. Road. This is going to be. So, shame is going to be wrong. And something of prevention is worth £1 for cure. An ounce of protection. Reject as a lover. No. Get a glimpse of. No. Something of concern to a building developer or a software developer. Bugs. Insurgents takeovers. No, it's not going to be bugs. This is going to be own up. We were quite close with fess up, weren't we? Insurgent takeovers. Rouse? Could be rouse. Condemn publicly. Is decry a word? Maybe? This is Eden, the Garden of Eden. Scorn. Is it scorn? So it's not own up. Yeah, glimpse. Unless it's not rose. Let's check, because I think we've got some letters wrong here. No, okay. It is own up then. Churn is not a word. Get a glimpse of. Oh, this is going to be code. Insurgent takeovers. What? What is this? Reject. I want to say shun, but it doesn't really work. Skern. What letter can this be? Get a glimpse of. I mean, we might just have to do guesses. See if anything works with this vertically. Stern. Stern? Oh, it's got to be a coup. No. Spernarax. Coup. How do you spell coup? Oh, it's, yeah. Insurgent takeovers. Espy? Get a glimpse of. I don't know that word. To catch sight of. Doesn't seem like a very common word. Okay. Should have got spurn. And I should have realised this was plural, so I could have put an S here anyway. Not great result on that. I'll come back to Jetpunk at another point. Right, okay. So how are you going to continue with this then? So what do we want to do? We want in our... I think we almost want in our game to start looking at putting some GUI elements into the game scene. Along the lines of having a submit button once we've placed all of our units that we want to place. So, do we add a new scene? I think we want to. We can close some of these. So it's probably going to be quite similar to this panel container. So we just copy this for the moment, and we'll add a new user interface scene. And we'll paste these here. Let's call this setup GUI. Rather than map size, this is going to be unit. Unit type, let's say. We're going to rename this unit type, and this could be unit type selector. Let's save the whole scene as well. Set up GUI, save. I don't think we need another drop down, but this can be, a button can be confirm. And we want it to start as disabled. And in our unit type drop down, do we not get the options for items here? So, infantry, let's do like jeep and tank, for example. And then can we do this programmatically? So let's change this to like units. Ooh, units remaining. And we can start it with 0. We get rid of this drop down. We don't want this here. And then let's save that. Let's do a script for this. Put it in our scripts folder. So we're going to want to know this. Oh, gotta drag it first. What's this for? What does this mean? Don't know what the signal means. Close that though, that's fine. Okay, so our button. We don't want this button linked. That doesn't disconnect on the lobby scene, does it? No, that one's still connected. Yeah, okay. So actually we want to connect to button down, not pressed, I think. So here, when we submit, we want to go game state dot game phase equals game state dot current state equals game phase dot player 1. So when we submit our unit placements, rather than, let's do ready. Let's just do ready. We'll save that. And this is saying we're ready. Okay, then do we want to have a... Where's our event bus? Let's have a look at the event bus and see what that does. Unit selected. So this is saying in our map, connect show tiles and range. And emit display move tiles here. And the event bus has the signal here. So I want to do something similar to this. In that when the lobby, no, when the map here when we add a child, we want to emit the signal Which do we pass through our event bus? Yes, I think we do. Let's do unit placed. Signal. Condition not common parent is true. Don't know what that's about. Resources pack scene. Scene main node. Can I click on these? Okay, not sure. Come back to that. Might be because I pasted in these and they had signals already in them. For example, this map size selection, we're gonna disconnect that out of here. Maybe that's what it was complaining about. So we want event bus dot unit placed dot emit. And then in our setup GUI, here we want to do a connect, right? Which, how did we do the connections? Is it in the unit? So that's where we're emitting it. Map should be where we're connecting it. Here. So event bus dot connect. Okay. So we want here event bus dot connect dot unit placed. No, is it not that way around? Oh, dot unit placed dot connect. Dot unit placed dot connect. And then we need a new function here, handle unit placement. And then we're going to get rid of this. We're going to do handle unit placement. And we're going to say here, we want a reference to our number of units label. Is it just dot text equals? And what have we got it set to at the moment? Units remaining. Units remaining. And game state dot number of units. And then also we want to handle unit placement here, just when we first start, so it sets it to whatever's in the settings. Maybe. Let's see if that works. It's just gonna like, oh wait, we need to put it into the game scene as well. Setup. No, that's the script. We want setup here in our game scene. That should be in the right location. Why has it got a different setup? Does that need to be done like that? Let's take it off for a minute. So when we got our placing, our pause here overlays as expected. Ah, wait, this needs a similar setup. Let's see what our pause looks like. So maybe then our setup, we have another child node. Which is just, well, just a container really. I just want an empty container. Can I not make this full screen though? And then does that not push? No. Why not? What if we change the type of this? Why? I don't get why that anchor point is different. This should be the same size as our game. So our map. Our map's not caring about the scene size, is it? Because I've given this play a fixed size. 280 by 720. Let's try that. Where's that in? Transform size. Oh, it is. Huh? That should be fixed, right? Okay, maybe let's not put it on here. Let's put it on the play scene. Because we know this one's definitely set up for that. Yeah, that's better. Let's just do this for the moment. And then in our scripts, where we do this, we just do hide. I don't think we need to show, because I think it's just drawn in the first time. So let's see if this is working. So we should launch into, oh, the wrong scene. Invalid string in int. Oh, do I need to pass this to a string? Will it let me concat like that? That looks like it was okay. Right, let's start on the main menu and let's just double check stuff works. So start game, let's do a 9x9, we'll do 3 units. Units remaining 3. 2, 1, 0. Our deselect isn't working. Why is our deselect not working? Okay, a few things to sort there. Pause needs to hide that screen as well. No, not the... Right, so we're going to need this. We need to set up GUI dot hide. Oh, we need to reshow it after. No, that's no good. Maybe we don't need to show it. We need to just put pause higher up in the tree. Handle unit placement. So then if game state dot number of units is 0, then we want our button to become enabled. Button dot disabled, is it? Equals false. And actually else true. Get rid of that pass, that's fine. Don't want that, don't need that. Can we do something here like print unit type selection? Oh. Get item text. Unit type selection dot current selection. Selected item. Placed. So I want it just to say like certain unit type was placed. So Jeep or tank or infantry at the moment. What else was not working? Why was it not accepting? It wasn't accepting the click on the unit, was it? What have I done to break that? Maybe the current state was wrong. Is there a way I can see what the value of the current state is? When it's run, it should go in the setup phase. So really here we should change game state to setup just in case. Current state equals game state dot game phase dot setup. Let's see what's happening. See what's working, see what's not working. Wait, we're in the wrong scene. Can I set it so it always runs this scene? I feel like there's a way to do that. Almost at the top run tab. At settings. Run. This one? How do I just do like main menu? Oh, there's another one. Okay, thank you. Also, welcome in. How's it going? Oh, here, application run. Main scene. Thank you. I was like, I'm sure I've seen that before. So always start on main menu. So now if I just click run project, so F5, that should always do main menu. Just thinking about it. Awesome. Thank you very much. Well, actually, I guess we had main menu selected there, so let's just double check. We'll test it on another one. Just got home from McDonald's. Nice. How's your week been? Ready for the weekend? Right, settings where it's start game. So let's say we've got 4 units. So we've got 4 remaining. Let's say we select a Jeep. So it should say, oh, it's saying infantry placed. But that's because we're calling this at the start. So yeah, Jeep placed, put it in the right cell, that's good. Infantry placed, that's good. Oh, been a bit sick, but getting better. Just for the weekend. Good to hear. I feel like there's been some like colds and stuff going around a lot. It always happens when it starts getting colder. Assuming you're in a northern hemisphere country. Okay. The delete's not working, but we'll come back to that. So tank placed, and now if we click confirm, that should hide. And I think we should be in this next game state. But if we go back to main menu and start a new game on an 8x8 with only 1. Okay, that's looking better. 9x9. And if we do 4 units, can't click on confirm. I don't like that it gives you the selection there. That's not great. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Confirm. Nice. Okay. So why is it not noticing the clicks now? Put a unit clicks state there. Let's see what happens with this. Yeah, see, it's not registering that click. Why not? It's not disabled. Actually, we don't even need it there. Let's take it off this scene. And then we go back to our map. Let's take this off because we don't need that. I don't think. I hope we don't need that. Just double check that that's all working without. So why can we not click on it though? We can take that off, we don't need that anymore. So Handle click. So in our unit, the button is the main node of the scene. And when we spawn it in, we're instantiating it and then adding it as a child. So it should come at the bottom of the map, right? Or it should be above, is my understanding. It was working before. So what have we changed? We should be in the setup phase. We're not even getting this on button down though. That's there, that's connected, that's fine. We do check game phase. Let's get rid of all the old code that we're not using. So like if we just place a unit somewhere. That's not over the top, that's fine. And I'll place in here. I mean, there's the added issue that we can place units on top of each other, which I don't want to do. Show the remote scene tree. Somewhere available. How do I do that? Debug. Deploy with remote debug. Left above scene tree. Am I being blind? Bit lower. Oh. It's right there. I was looking for an icon that was going to be. Okay. Oh, that's so useful to have as well, though. Right. So this scene, yeah, we should have our play in our game scene on our map. We've got the 3 units there. They should be clickable. Oh, right. What, because it's the whole... Wait, if I turn it off... Yeah. Right, thank you. So, in that case... In our... setup... I mean, to be fair, the only reason I've got this container is so that in our play scene here, the the GUI goes on that side. Because when I didn't have this container, if I delete it, where's remove, delete? Then I saved. Oh, maybe. Reload. Can I reload this? I delete it and re-add it. Set up GUI. Maybe that's all right. So mouse filter pass. See mouse movement inputs and mouse button inputs clicked on through GUI input. And the scroll pass or ignore. Let's try pass for the moment. I mean, something's still not working because it's not actually removing, was it? We'll have to see. Let's see what happens. Okay, let's do 9 by 9. Let's do 3 units. Still blocking, it looks like. Like if we turn that off. See, look, now we can click on them. So what happened? Did I not save it? No, it's got pass on it. Maybe it's got to be ignore. It's really here in our play scene. Ah, maybe here? Oh, didn't mean that. Just save. Yeah. It needs to be on the top, doesn't it? I don't know if I have to rebuild. Let's try and rebuild, just in case. No, it's still blocking it. They've all got pass on, apart from where the actual clicks are going to be. Try ignore instead. Okay. Let's do it on all of them just in case. we'll save that scene, and then in play here. Okay, it's taking that as ignore. Yeah, that looks good. I just need to make sure that it's not awesome. Thank you. So I've just got to avoid being able to place on the same unit, same square. Oh, I need that to update my units as well. Awesome. Thank you. So really, I think what I want to do is have a unit removed. Signal. And then here, rather than doing this, we want to do event bus dot unit removed. No, removed dot emits. And then in our setup, we need to connect unit removed. And technically we don't want this, but that's fine. Yeah. So let's take that off for the moment. And then in our game state, yeah, in the game state, we're going to do event bus dot unit removed dot connect, and we'll make a new function for handle unit remove, and then function handle unit remove, and here we're going to say game phase dot number of units. No, not game phase. Number of units plus equals 1. It's kind of the wrong way around, but and also now it worries about the order, doesn't it? Because if this signal connection runs first before we've changed the number of units, then it's not going to work. So this is a bad way of handling it. So let's do this is all going to be complete code jumble at the moment, but let's just do this for the moment. And then we say here update dot emit, and in our setup, rather than the event bus, we're going to say game state dot update. And again, instead of unit placed, we can probably do the same thing. Handle game update. Let's call this that. Because when we place the unit, this shouldn't be. Yeah, this is bad. Best practice anyway. We shouldn't be setting the value of our global from inside anything other than the global. So let's cut that out there. And in our global state, we'll connect this. So event bus dot unit placed dot connect handle unit place. Let's call this removed. We're going to do function handle unit placed number of units minus equals 1, and then also update it. Cool. Right, that's a bit better. It's still very spaghetti code, but it's more a case of getting things working first. That's the focus. Get it all working. And then worry about fixing it after. So, start game, map size, 9 by 9, units. Let's do 4 units. 4 units remaining. That's fine. Doesn't matter which type of unit we're placing. That seems to be working. We just need to confirm that the square is empty before we can place. Yeah, it looks okay. It's just that I know that as I build out the game, the more spaghetti code there is, the worse time I'm gonna have. So I like to well, to start with, yeah, you just write code that works. That's all that matters. But revisit and rewrite often is something I like to try and stick to. Okay, I'm quite happy with how that's working though. So how do we test if there is a unit there already? So I guess from this unit, we need to try and send a message up, right? I mean, we almost want it to say that, like, this unit button. Yeah. I mean, what I probably need to get to is have a state of map. So that for every cell available in the map, we're tracking what the state of that cell is anyway. Because once we get into like the game plays part of this game, there's going to be more than just whether it's empty or full. There's probably going to be different statuses of different map tiles or map cells. So I probably just want a big array of cell status that is that holds an int for each cell of the map, which I think is okay to do, because that's not going to be, we're not talking about like huge massive map sizes. So it's a 2D array of ints that will be controlled to be, well, of an enum type that will be cell status. And they can be like occupied or like terrain options maybe, or there might be multiple status options. Units dictionary with vector2i key and unit values. 4.4 dev 3 has typed dictionaries just for this. Oh, right, okay. I'm currently on 4.3 stable, but that might be something to look into then. Types dictionaries. Oh. Data structure that holds key value pairs. Dictionaries are associative containers that contain values referenced by unique keys. Dictionaries will preserve the insertion order. Yeah. Data structure is often referred to as a hash map. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll need to do an update then. But I'll do that off stream. I need to do all the maintenance side of things on stream, I don't think. So you can define a dictionary. I'm kind of considering though, rather than doing dictionary, do array, because I think tracking the value of like the status of every cell is something I'm going to want to do. Because this would be good if it's only, if I only care about like where units are. But what I'm thinking is when we're in the play part of the game, I'm going to be having it so that you click on a unit and the cells that that unit could move to will highlight. So if you click on this, let's say this has like a movement range of 2. We'll want to highlight the 2 cells in front, 1 diagonal, 2 left and right, and 2 down. Which it might be better to be able to just have a full array of all of the tiles and be able to overlay it that way. I'm almost considering as well to do like a dictionary use of tile map layer for movable tiles. Yeah, sorry, this is what you told me last, or someone told me last time. So you put another layer on top, don't you? Yeah. So yeah, what we have it is when you confirm and go into it, when you click on the unit, it will show that tile. Okay then. So we're saying when we place a unit like this, is this in our, this is on a map folder? Oh, sorry, our map script. Yeah. Nice. Oh, that's cool. That is really cool. Oh, wow. This is awesome. So you're doing like a tile map of the whole world, and what the player can then build roads and rivers. Oh yeah, yeah, good. Don't worry. Just not looking at performance out of a GIF. That looks really cool. You have to keep us posted on progress. I'd be keen to play that one when you got something. Okay, so what you're suggesting there with the dictionary is to, whenever we place a unit, we can add that unit to a dictionary. And then the next time we click on a cell, we can check if that cell is already entered into the dictionary. And if so, we can ignore it. Oh, found a gameplay footage one as well. Oh, nice. I love your wall of debugs. Okay, so you got the two players, different views. Yeah. Nice. This looks cool. How long have you been working on this? So I wonder, can I have a vector 2 as the dictionary? So let's do a bar placed units dictionary. So just a month or two. Nice. Yeah, looking good. And then can we, how do we add? Creating a dictionary. Creates an empty dictionary. Add a key to an existing dictionary. Access it like an existing key and assign to it. So points dictionary. Okay. And just assign to it. Okay. So let's say we wanted to do handle map click. So if place units can we do like vector 2? Oh, which way around is it? Column clicked, row clicked. Can we check if it exists? If that exists, then we want to do nothing. Else, we do this. And at the end of this, when we place the unit, we want to say equals, let's just say true for the moment. And actually, do we want to say or if it's false? No, if it's false, we want it to drop into here though. So if this equals true, double equals. So then, if it doesn't exist, we should go into the else. Or if it does already exist, but we've changed it back to false, then we'll go into the else. So actually, maybe this place units needs to be in our game state. Oh, dot has. Nice. So vector 2 column row. Use that. What? 1, 2. Why is it still complaining? I thought you could have parameters on signals. Can you not? Oh, that would lock it to the... Yeah, nice. But why is it complaining? So it's closing function. Godot signals with arguments or parameters. That's fine. Oh, where I declare the signal, I need to say. Okay. So column row. We save that. Column clicked, row clicked. Let's do that for the moment. This is game state dot place units and then dot has the problem is I think I just want to check if it's true because I want to be able to set it to false after we've already set it. Vector 2i is fine. This is going to be integer. And then I think it's saying it's expecting this. So why is that not? That's fine, that's gone. Game state. Unit placed. Oh, because I've just done it as column row, right? Rather than the vector 2i. So then placed units. Vector 2i col row equals true. Placed units, I missed the D. And then it's false if. So actually we're going to need row and column in this as well to know where it's been removed. So in our event bars, this should have a row and column as well. I mean, they're probably all going to have to. Oh, but the unit won't know it's row and column. So when I want to remove it, I'm going to have to pass the global location of the unit up. So I just pass the position. Into here, which is a vector 2, right? So when it's removed, unit position, but it's not going to know. It's not going to know the cell, because the map is the one that can figure that out. It's going to be so messy. So we could just do find unit, for example. And we pass it in unit position or unit global position. And then we want to actually return, which is like this. Is it like that? Yep. So we want to return a vector 2i. And what we want to return is this. For the unit global position. Maybe that's not how you do return. Or GD script return. I'm missing a bracket. Yes. Oh, right. Okay. Thank you. So then I want to call this from our event manager, really. Unless we do a different event. Wait a second, this game state is global, right? Can I do something like this? Wait, if I go into our map, can I do game state dot? Ah, I can. Not sure I want to do this, but let's not have a return. And then this needs to use unit cell. And this is going to be our unit cell. Maybe. This feels quite messy, but I think that should work. Looks fine, hopefully. Okay, invalid access to property or key 4.6 untyped dictionary. Right, because it's not been entered. So this is where you're saying it needs a has. So rather than setting it to false, can we remove an entry? GD scripts. Remove dictionary key. Oh. Dot erase key. Okay. So what we want to do is this dot erase key. No. Then I might as well have it as an array rather than a dictionary, right? Because if we fit it, the benefit of the dictionary is we only have entries where there are units. So you're cutting back on memory, right? I mean, I guess it's easier to reference cells than it is to navigate around an array a little bit. No, I'm not. No, I think that's way down the line. Removes the dictionary entry by key. So actually, I think I'm getting this wrong. I think I want to do... This is my key, right? Key and the value. So I think I want to do place units dot erase unit cell. Maybe. No. Game state dot place units dot has. Oh, is it lowercase? I'm going to assume that was a casing issue. No worries. Yeah. No, it's still. Invalid access to property or key has on base object of type dictionary. Doing the brackets wrong. We'll get there eventually. You had it right in your message. I just used the wrong entry. Okay. Come on. That looks good. That looks good. Yes. Perfect. No, not perfect. I can't click on cells that we've taken a unit out of now. Now, why would that be? Because this has still exist even if the key is removed. Is there any way we can see the game state's values? Can we see this dictionary? Yeah, look. So the key's still there, even if it's an empty key. So that means our remove is not working. This is not working. Why is that? Do we need to pass it to a vector 2i? That line don't do anything, just goes to the line we passed. Yeah, so that's so this is basically saying in all other states we can actually place a unit, but if there's already a unit there, then don't do anything, don't handle the click. But we want to delete these dictionaries. It's just easier. I mean, I guess I could do the inverse. You could do like, if not, and then get rid of the else and the pass. So that's not working on deleting an entry. But I don't think it's the erase that's causing the... I'll rebuild, but I don't think it's that. It feels like I'm doing erase wrong. Oh, that's so good. This is something I want to do. I'll come back to that though at some point. Merged, size, values. No, it's not that then. Game state. Placed units. Yeah, how do we delete the key? I think we're doing erase wrong. Like if we do a print here of this function call, then we should see true if it is erasing. Which is not, we're getting false. So it's not finding that correct key. Returns true if the given key existed in the dictionary, otherwise false. So what is this giving us? That's why it's not giving us the cell location. It's giving us the wrong location. But I thought we're doing this, aren't we? Map to like. Oh wait. Have I got the? I've got the wrong way around, haven't I? Cell clicked. Movable tiles, local to map to local. The event position. No, that should be right. Let's see what this is doing. Print unit global position, and also print all of this. Is it? Oh, wait a second. We're not linked up, have we? Where was that? Find unit. I bet we're not calling this anywhere, are we? We wrote out the code for it, but we're not executing it. This needs to... Yeah, on ready. Unit removed. So event bus dot unit removed dot connect find unit. Event pass passes that. It would help if we're actually running our code. So the unit emits the position, right? Let's just double check. Print, remove unit. Oh. At position. Now really we want global position, not just position. Yeah. So that sends to here for this signal, which should be mapped here to find unit. Find unit takes in the global position and hopefully runs. We might need to rebuild. Unit clicked. Remove unit at that. These lines are not being run though, are they? Why not? Let's... Oh, because it's a new signal. So we've got to rebuild, maybe. It's not quite hot reload for signals, I don't think. Let's see. Come on, come on. Oh, that looks good. We're getting true, so it's removing them. And yeah, we can place them back. Oh, wait, we got something going wrong with our number of units remaining, but we're getting very close now. It's a little hack to put in. Yeah, well, it helps when your code is actually running. Okay, so it looks like we're double adding to the number of units remaining, which is probably because we're still adding somewhere here. Game state. So number of units. Let's find No, I want to find in files. Let's see where we're affecting this. Number of units 0 equals index plus 1. Oh, wait. I see what we're doing. It's because we're still connected to the signal here, but we're actually just calling it directly instead now. That's just how coding works, right? I think if this works though, we're in a good position to like save, tidy up a bit of code, and I might end the stream there because I'm quite happy with the state that it's in, and I don't want to like get started halfway through something else. So, right, that's looking much better. We can place 3 units. We can remove them. Awesome. We can do them in any setup, and we can't place them anywhere else outside of our like deployment zone. Awesome. I'm pretty happy with that. It doesn't seem like a lot of progress. We've got to a point where thanks for the follow. You started to watch some Counter-Strike. Nice. Enjoy. Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. So we got to a point, yeah, exactly. That's all it is, as long as you're making some progress. Even on days where it doesn't look like you're making progress, you're still learning stuff, so that's the key thing. And then when we confirm, when we click on them now, they shouldn't remove, they should just highlight the cell. Perfect. Awesome. Right. Quite happy with that setup. Make sure everything's saved. Make sure everything's back to normal. And yeah, what's left then? I think tomorrow, I don't know if I'm going to do any development streams. I might just do... I want to give Into the Breach a bit of a go. Because that's a nice like pixel art, grid-based, turn-based battler thing. And I've been meaning to play it for a while, so tomorrow might be a gameplay stream rather than a game development stream, but we'll see. See what I feel like when I get to it. But yeah, thanks everyone for hanging out today. Thanks a lot, Wind of Flatus, for all your help. It's been very useful, and thank you to anyone who's been lurking. All the views will help. And I hope you have a good weekend. And do we want to raid anyone? We need to get into a habit of raiding now that raids actually count towards views. But oh, actually, there's another channel that I think is doing Godot development as well. Let me just have a quick look. Yeah, I could raid into a Godot channel if you're interested. But I might just drop off because I need to go pretty soon. I'll do that next time. Cool. All right. Well, thanks everyone. See you soon.